4th January 2021, a date that has been anticipated by the education stakeholders to be the opening of the schools across the country. We join in to find out the level of preparedness in different schools in the country. Though our attempts of knowing how the schools are faring were turned down, but luckily one of the school was able to give us a brief on the turn-up of pupils. From the gates to the corridors, we meet posts pointing the message, keep social distance, as the main theme on the walls of Mbaraki Girls Primary School. The headmistress of Mbaraki Girls Primary School, Nuria Huka, tells us the level of preparedness in their school and the strategies they use to monitor their pupils.
With us, I'm talking about my school. My school, we have enough classes, so we are very okay with everything. Maybe what we need, and we can ask for any well-wisher, is we need more desks. We don't have enough desks, but with the classes, we have enough classrooms.
We have shortages of masks. That was a news which was just recently. Do you have enough masks at the school?
Thanks again to our area MP who has given us masks. I think you can see when me have put on one. We have masks. And then there is we sourced for masks before we opened the school. We have business people also who came in, like this one. We got from .com. There's a businessman around. So, and then we had some from Jeffrey. So we have about 3 people who are giving us masks. The children are very much bored. For the first time, the first day of opening, we have had almost everybody in class. They must have been bored at home for being at home for almost 9 months. So the number is very good, very impressive.
Okay.
You know, the pandemic is something, it's a natural disaster. It's not something we planned. But what we are going to do is that we are trying to start classes very early in the morning, and at least by 5:30 the classes will be over. And then we want to utilize all the time. We want to make maximum use of the time. For example, during the lunch time, we usually leave lunch at 12:10 to 2, whereby now we have planned by 1:30 they are back to class. We continue with coverage of the syllabus. What we are expecting from the government is maybe they go around, check on what we are doing, but we are very okay, and I am sure we are going to finish, we are going to cover, and everything is going to be okay.
As we moved around the school, we see measures put in place in accordance to the World Health Organization, the total population of the student being 350 and 18 candidates of KCPE moving with their studies while putting on masks, and the teachers using thermal guns. Also, the school had placed an isolation room for the students who would be found with symptoms of COVID-19. One of the teachers, Mariam Omar Rashid, tells us her views on the reopening of schools and how they offer guiding and counseling to the pupils.
Considering that it is an examination class, and this is they are going to sit for their KCPE in March, I was optimistic that they were going to turn up, and we thank God they are here, they are back, ready to continue. When we started, that is when they came back last time, we had an opportunity with the girls. We tried to let them share the experiences of which they underwent while they were away, and thank God they were able to open up, and we did a lot of guidance and counseling. In fact, it has become a part and parcel of us. So even now that they have come back after 1 week, we are still going to talk more about whatever the experiences they have undergone at home, so that we prepare them psychologically, and I'm optimistic they are going to make it.
A candidate who is about to sit for KCPE tells us how the new normal has interrupted the routine of their learning and how optimistic they are despite the pandemic.
It is difficult because we were used to discuss together, we were used to sit together so that we can help each other. But now it is very difficult for us because we are sitting separated. So there is social distance. You cannot sit with your friends. Whenever you sit with your friends, you are told social distance. So it is very difficult for us students to sit separated. Because our teachers are strict on us and they are doing well. So they are teaching us good things so that we can be ready. They are doing their best. Our teachers, they are teaching us well.
Just studying online and then coming back here in school, it was quite a take from the school stakeholders from all over the country. And as we see that today is the 4th, and students have come in number, especially here in Mbaraki Primary School, where the student had lost a whole calendar due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And as you can witness behind me, classes are still ongoing, as well as the teacher and the class 8 who are about to sit for their exams. And this is the quite, I'm painting the picture to you as the viewer. Everything is on set, from the isolation center, from the social distancing, from the mask, and also as you see over there, there is the tank which is going to be used to sanitize and wash the students who will be able to study at yeah. As the students are continuing to actually fulfill their dreams, and parents paying their fees and all. Wait, nasema nini? What you do? Hebu kata nianze tena. Education. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruits are quite sweeter. This is evident. Students seem to have been bored to sitting around home, and they came out in numbers here in Mbaraki Primary School, where the level of preparedness is quite to the level, as we've talked to the teacher, and especially the students themselves are anticipating to move on well, although they're trying to cope up with the new normal, which is in their take at the moment. And they were used to actually discuss together, but now they have to actually maintain the social distance in order to cope up with the COVID-19 pandemic. And all this is set aside, and they have decided that together with their teachers, they're going to make a difference. Reporting for Al Shifar TV, I'm Dalila Hamza.